PC Building Pet Peeves is today's video topic, and why do they matter? Well, they honestly really don't, but they're just my opinions and small irks that kind of make me annoyed whenever I see PC builds being done that just aren't my cup of tea. So we're gonna be going over the top 5 today if you are interested. If you're not, just click off this video. But my first point that we're gonna be talking about today is mismatched fans. Now I know this might be a weird first point to make, but if a case has RGB fans and your fan for your CPU cooler or AIO is not the same. It can be RGB as long as it matches in some way, but if it's a different color or if it's just non-ARGB or anything like that, it just rubs me the wrong way because that's such an easy way to plan for a build. Same thing with fan coloring. If you have a black build, please use black fans throughout the PC case, or if you have a couple of white parts, at least make sure it accents nicely. And fans are just one of the easiest things you can get right whenever you're doing your PC build. So just plan right, make sure that you buy the correct amount of fans to fill out the case, make sure you buy the correct size, the correct color, and so on and so forth. Now my second pet peeve that we're talking about is going to be its standoffs. And one of the things that makes me so mad whenever I see PC builds, especially in micro ATX form factors, is not seeing all the standoffs installed. Now, if you didn't know, micro ATX has all forms of sizes as well. So a lot of the micro ATX cases that come out on the market don't have all of these standoffs installed just because they don't really know what size you're gonna have. So oftentimes you do have to do some movement and installation of the extra 2 standoffs or move one around. And a lot of the times, most people will neglect to install those 2 right standoffs. It's not gonna affect actually anything performance-wise of your build, but it is just less stability, especially when you're installing that fat 24 pin on the right side of your motherboard. And that just hurts my soul a little bit. Seeing that board bend down as you crush that 24 pin in, I don't know, it's just a couple extra minutes of time that you have to invest and you get a fully installed motherboard with every spot installed. It just feels good to me whenever I do it, and it really hurts me when I see it not done. Continuing on with my third point on this list, it has to be micro ATX boards and ATX cases. Now, this is definitely one that I do think can relate to a bit of performance. Motherboards aren't going to drastically improve or decrease your performance in a PC build, but I will say having the extra expansion, having the extra USB ports and stuff like that on the motherboard, it all actually does change when you're going from a micro ATX board to an ATX board. So a lot of pre-builds will do this. They'll just cut down on the form factor of the motherboard because a lot of people that are buying pre-builds will not actually go in there, add extra stuff, do small upgrades and things like that. But I will say the ultimate thing is just looks and cable management. It makes it much more difficult. It doesn't look as good. You obviously have less features with those boards. And at the end of the day, I just think it looks cheap. I definitely think that, especially if you're building your own PC, planning accordingly, not just going for an ATX case because you like how it looks, but rather finding a case that matches your motherboard, or just buying a motherboard that matches the case that you want to buy. That's the ultimate thing. And in theory, this can actually affect your performance just ever so slightly. Continuing on with our fourth point, and this is also just kind of a continuation of the last one, is large cases with nothing in them. Again, this kind of goes with the pre-builds, and I think after the years of me seeing pre-builds, the more things they do, the less things I like about them. The overall idea of having a large case is cool if you max it out, but if you have a big giant case, and you don't put anything in it aside from your just core components and an air cooler, there's really no point in doing it. I think you'd be better off just getting a smaller ATX case or even a micro ATX case if you don't have the motherboard support for it. So just if you're gonna be buying a large case, a full tower case like this one here, I definitely recommend filling it up with fans, filling it up with lighting, filling it up with a large GPU. Don't want any of those 2-fan GPUs. And just making sure it looks nice and proper. My main goal when PC building is to fill out the case as much as possible. And if that means that you have to get a larger case to do so, then that's totally okay. But if you don't have a largely filled out case with fans and a proper use of the entire case, like buying a large NZXT case and not filling with any fans because they don't come with any, that's a problem in my opinion, and it never looks good. And my fifth and last point that we're gonna be talking about is overspending on your PC components. Now, what I mean by overspending on PC components, because technically speaking, if you have a certain budget in mind, then you're never going to technically overspend as long as you stick to that budget. What I more so mean is buying stuff that you really don't need to in your PC build. Overpriced RGB components, streamer cables, $60 fans, and then buying less parts on your other stuff like your GPU, your processor, your RAM, your storage, especially in today's market. Now, you can overspend by buying your regular parts right now because there are really high prices out in the market. I think that there's definitely an importance to making sure that you spend your money appropriately so you actually get decent price to performance in 2026. This point is definitely very, very important this year compared to the other years, because back then your components were pretty averagely priced. So you definitely had some extra room to spend on the more unnecessary components, and you could definitely overspend a bit on them. But nowadays, it's definitely really important to not do that and make sure that you get the main core components out of the way. And then of course down the road, if you ever have any extra budget, you can definitely invest more of your money into the less important accessories of your PC build. The only other point that I want to make in this video is, of course, after all of this, if you don't keep your PC clean, that probably has to be my biggest pet peeve. Keeping your PC clean not only does affect performance at the end of the day, but it also looks nice, especially if you have it on your desk like I do. Having a PC that you built and put together that looks good, I think is super important because it's obviously what's driving your whole setup. It's supposed to be something that you are proud of and something that you can show other people when they come and check out your office. So I definitely think one of the most important things is keeping it clean. Buy one of those electric air dusters off Amazon for like 20 or 30 bucks, and then every once in a while, just take your PC out, even just the dust filters out, and just blow them out every once in a while to make sure that those filters are nice and clean and trapping all the dust that is coming into your PC build. Because for instance, my build, I do that once every 6 months or so, and I literally don't clean the inside of my PC. I usually at least once a year will unplug everything, take it out back, and then blow everything out like that. But I genuinely almost never take apart my PC and do a full cleaning of it because I keep track of the dust filters and I make sure it's nice and ventilated. So it's that easy, guys, honestly. And that's definitely the biggest takeaway I would give you in my video here. Make sure your PC's clean because you spent all this money on it and you might as well make sure it looks good while doing so. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your PC building pet peeves? Because there are tons and tons of them that I did not cover in this video. These are probably my top 5 and biggest things that kind of irk me whenever I see people doing builds. They're definitely pretty niche and pretty annoying, but it's something that I see a lot, especially with doing repairs over the years and all that good stuff. So let me know down below what your pet peeves are about PC building, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.